NFL player terms. There's even Travis, the team, not player on the giant.
It ended before I thought it was going to. Sorry. I was like, oh, we got like 10 more seconds, and then click. Hello, everyone.
We did not have 10 more seconds.
We did not have 10 more seconds. We've got John from Immerser here with us tonight. John, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
We're great. We're testing John's new computer for him.
Yeah. It's a Mac. I'm not used to Macs, so this is all new to me. Like I'm drowning as we speak. I'm just trying to stay afloat on this crazy device.
Just sit there for now, and then we'll dive into it later.
Yeah. Cheyenne's here with us.
Cheyenne's here. Yes. Cheyenne. Hello, Cheyenne. Welcome.
We're back.
You know we're always late, people, but we never let you down. Yeah,
we always show up. Never on time, but we always show up.
Last week we sat there for an hour waiting for Max Cavalera.
Ooh.
I guess we could have done that live.
Yeah.
I suppose. In hindsight.
Oh well. It's okay. We're working on getting Max rescheduled in here, but that's okay.
Hey Mason, I told you. There we are.
There. So John.
Yes.
Tell us what's up.
What's up?
Introduce yourself to the people here.
Okay. My name is John Logan Parsons III. I'm a musician. I have a solo project called Immerser. I've been doing music my entire life. Started probably when I was around 8 years old, and never stopped. And just been in bands my whole life and recording my whole life. And Immerser is kind of my first attempt at just doing solely a solo project. So it's pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about it. Got a new single out called Transmute. It's doing really well. I had a opportunity to work with an amazing producer, Kane Churko, who did a lot of work with like In This Moment and Gemini Syndrome and the Violent Idols. And so really blessed to have that opportunity, and things are going well. So
good. Yeah, we've been playing Transmute, and I love it. That's a great tune.
That's a good tune.
Excellent
work.
Thank
you very much.
You guys should go check it out too while you're here.
Absolutely. If you haven't heard it on one of our shows, definitely go check it out, because it's good stuff.
Yeah, it's great. So do you like doing the solo stuff better than bands? If you could pick one or the other, are you enjoying this more than your?
Well, I mean, I've always been a songwriter and kind of written everything before I brought it to band practice, so to speak.
Right.
So I kind of had the drums, bass, guitar, vocals, everything sort of worked out, and then we would kind of tweak things. So it's not, as far as the songwriting process, it's not that much different for me. I think they both have their own sort of charm, right? Like with the band, you feel it. You feel the music behind you. You feel the drums. It's a live kind of experience, and you get. Then you have those other sort of influences coming into it. When you're by yourself, writing by yourself, can kind of cause like a sort of a feedback loop, where you're just like, you're just kind of bouncing off the walls with your ideas. But I like the freedom that I have doing solo stuff, because I can just write whatever I want, and hey, I want the drums to sound like this. That's how they're going to sound, and or if I want, whatever. But So yeah, I like doing solo stuff because I can kind of do it on my own time too. I don't have like a set schedule and things like that. I mean, at some point I'd like to, get together with a band again or whatever. But right now I'm just enjoying just kind of doing my own thing and, working with different people and collaborating and stuff. So
that's cool, man. That's cool. It's a good song. That's like,
thank you.
I think Sarah brought it to my attention. She said, we got to play this fucking song. I was like, yeah, let's do it. I was like, holy shit. And then, so we're going to talk to you. So I was excited for that. Do you, whereabouts you at in the States?
I'm in Denver, Colorado. Nice. I grew up in California, and I lived there my whole life. Mm-hmm. But it's just too darn expensive. So, I had my best friend lives in Denver, and so I had been out here multiple times and was kind of familiar with it and felt safe here. And he gave me a sort of a launching pad here to be able to save some money and get my own place and get a job and stuff. So it just seemed right. And so, I'm in Denver, man.
Nice. That's tight. Good move.
Yeah. I like it.
Mile High.
The Mile High City. Yeah.
There you go. Mason says hot as balls where we're at. We're both in Saskatchewan. It's fucking hot as balls. I can confirm that.
My daughter unplugged the internet. I'm sorry.
That's fine. Hey, that's a real fast reboot for you. Good work.
It was. It came back up pretty quickly. Everybody froze. And I went, uh-oh.
So it's probably not a Mac.
It's not the Mac. No, your computer's fine?
Yeah, everything's fine. I immediately looked down and I was like, oh crap. But I went to my daughter's. For some reason, we've got fiber optic here. And you have to have a separate box that's either outside or just inside your house. And it's on the far corner of the house and runs into my daughter's room. And she was laying on the floor and kicked the surge protector and it came unplugged.
Madness.
Yeah, I went walking in there. I was like, hey, turn around and look. And she goes, oh, crap. And I was like, yeah.
Plug that in. Plug it in. Okay, there you go.
So what did I miss?
Everything.
Oh, yeah, that's over. Thanks.
Yeah.
Have fun. No. We're talking about, he lives in Denver. I just asked kind of how he got where he's at. Originally from California, Mile High City. It's good stuff. I like it.
Yeah.
Now, if you're a Broncos fan, you're in heaven right now. I don't know.
I'm not really I don't know, man. I'm not really a big sports person.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I don't know. I don't get too much into football.
That's too bad. I guess I won't ask you on my football podcast. I plan to start for no fucking reason this year.
I get to see the Avs sometimes, which is hockey. That's kind of cool. It's more kind of fast paced and stuff. That's kind of neat.
Yeah. I am Canadian. I'm the token Canadian. I know all about hockey, friend. And the Avs. I was an Avs fan, so there you go. Because they used to be the Quebec Nordiques. Back in the day. Then the franchise moved to Colorado. Took all the players. Yep. There's a little history for you. There you go.
Thanks.
Learn something. Problem. We try to educate everybody on.
Yeah, it's about teaching more than learning here.
Yeah.
We don't know what we're doing, but we try to teach everybody something every week.
No.
Well, it's appreciated. You got to raise the consciousness of humanity, right?
That's right. It's just a random.
We do what
exactly.
We can.
Especially with shirts like that. The Nightmare on Elm Street shirt. I like that shirt.
There you go.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Don't worry. We're known for being a little bit of a
shit show?
Yeah.
Well, that's life.
Yeah, and it's fun. We keep it as real as possible. So something happens every week.
Sarah has 17 cats. Each one of them will make an appearance.
Okay.
There's one.
There's one. Wow.
Oh, see, there you go. Look at that. Right on time.
Wow, that's crazy. My cat's around here. Come here, Jesse.
It's like you queued her up.
You got a cat.
Come here.
Hey.
Come on, Jesse.
Ragtag group of hooligans. That's exactly what we are around here.
Ragtag group of hooligans.
We wouldn't have it any other way.
See, there you go. Nice. I don't know. My cat's not here, of course. God damn it.
The one time your cat doesn't show up.
My children will probably show up, though, so that'll be fine.
Mine, I had told John that I would get him the link about an hour before because I had planned on being in here and setting everything up.
Right.
And I was in here for a little bit. I had started watching the Padres game till the rain delay started. And I got up for 2 seconds and all hell just broke loose in my house. And I was like, well,
That'll
There
happen.
went that plan.
Yep. That'll happen. Expect the unexpected. That's parenting 101, I guess. Right?
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Parenting animals, you know. The fish is not here, so
Now, the fish is still alive.
no.
What?
Okay,
Already?
so
It's
I took my
gone
kids to the
already?
carnival. I took my kids to the carnival Monday, and they always have those stupid fish. I've never had betas. We have good luck with. We had a beta that lived for like 5 years.
Hey, there you go.
So we won the carnival goldfish, and had to take it home immediately. And they come in the little containers that have like no air movement or anything. So I was like stirring the water to make sure it still had enough oxygen. We went to Walmart, bought a tank, bought a giant thing of fish food, and came home to a dead fish.
Oh, it's sad.
Not even 24 hours.
Yeah.
God damn it.
It was like, oh.
No.
At least you didn't pay for at least you didn't have to like buy the fish too. Well, I guess you kind of did no way because you had to pay for the game.
The balls, like for the game. Like it was that was a $10 fish.
Fuck's sake. Is that like you bounce the ball in the cup or what?
You have to get the ball in the cup and then you win the fish for it. Like that fish cost me $10, and it's
plus
like a
all the other
25-cent goldfish.
Fuck's sakes.
Plus a tank, plus food. I was like, oh, this is cool.
It's a bummer, man.
He's dead. Well, and I told the kids, I was like, we're just going to return the tank and stuff to Walmart. And they're like, no, can we go to Petco?
No.
Boy.
No, I don't want to.
No, we're not getting more animals.
I don't want any more. I don't want to do this.
JB is here. Jeremiah, welcome, sir.
Well, hey,
nice
JB.
to see you, buddy. Been a while. We are live from the bunker, as you can well imagine and see. Saskatchewan, Colorado, Oklahoma, all coming together. I've educated our guest John about the Quebec Nordiques. None of you know about that, except maybe Mason. Talked about goldfish that are a fucking ripoff from the carnival. Now you're all up to speed. Just kidding. Go check out Immerser's Transmute. That's a good song, guys.
Absolutely. Great. Absolutely. What's the biggest? Do you guys ever go to the carnivals? Like whatever they come through. Well, you guys have like amusement parks and shit in Denver. We don't.
Yeah.
I'm only about 6 hours from you, but there is literally nothing here.
I always thought it was weird how like carnival, like the word is carny, right? It's like carnivore, like meat.
Yep.
The festival of meat.
Yes.
Like it's supposed to be this festival of like indulging in like just being gluttonous in meat. You know, like it's weird. And then there's like a lot of times churches will like raise money with carnivals, and it's like weird, right? It's like you've got a church, but you're raising money from like being gluttonous and like, I don't know, man. It's kind of weird.
That's
kind of weird, man.
It really and if you look at the stuff, oh my gosh, they used to have. It seemed like every other weekend there was a carnival in town here, and it's been a while because, of course, with all the COVID stuff, it's nobody was doing anything, but they're coming back now, and this one wasn't a very big one, but there were like a lot of kids stuff that they could do. So we went and spent the ungodly amount of money on the bracelets and all that other stuff. And so they had unlimited rides and they were just having a blast. And then we walked over by like the food trucks, and I was just looking at the pictures on the side going, now we're deep frying cookie dough and Snickers bars.
It's the American dream.
And Twinkies and Oreos. And they they had chili cheese fries and the big old turkey legs and everything.
Oh fuck yeah!
And I saw somebody that got the chili cheese fries, and it's a bucket of chili cheese fries.
Oh man!
Like they did not skimp on anything. I saw it. I was like, I don't know. That does look kind of good. The funnel cake is like an entire paper plate piled like this tall, and
madness.
Yeah. Nachos come in a bucket, and the drinks are like giant cups that you can't even carry. Like they have a handle on them. And
do they have that weird shit like like grasshoppers or bugs you can eat? Do they have one of those weird booths where it's like, eat this weird shit, you moron, for like deep fried scorpions and shit like that?
No, but the zoo that's closest to us, they do have like in their gift shop, they have like chocolate covered ants and grasshoppers and stuff like that.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, Mike. That's the song I played on SLE.
There you go. You're looking at him, Mike. This is John. John, Mike. He's a fan. There you go.
Yes.
Hi, Mike. Thanks for listening.
So, okay, so you did this, you said this is solo, so you did everything on this project then?
Yeah. All the instrumentation. I worked with, like I said, I worked with Kane Churko. So, I brought something to him and he has a really amazing talent of like just kind of removing things that aren't really necessary from a song, and kind of rearranging things. I guess that's what producers do. Had never worked with the producer before, so it was totally new to me. But I really enjoyed it. It was really cool to kind of have that different perspective on your stuff and to have that other person to sort of bounce ideas off of it. It sounds killer, man. Like, it's just awesome. So,
fucking killer.
I can't wait to, keep that going and keep working on some new stuff. And, a lot of stuff's going on right now. Like a lot of, there's tons of tours right now. Like a lot of my friends are doing really well. Gemini Syndrome is going on tour. Some good friends of mine. And so if you guys get a chance to check them out live, you should. They're playing in Denver or the Denver area twice. So I get to see them twice.
Nice. They're a good band, actually. Gemini Syndrome are really good. They're fucking sweet. Totally. They're going with what the hell? A Killer's Confession? Are they touring with? Is that right?
I know they're
doing a couple dates with them. I don't know if it's a whole thing.
I think they're touring with like another band called Pushing Veronica. It's like a punk band.
Okay.
So that's going to be cool. And then I get to see In This Moment in September. Yes. So I'm really excited about that. I love that band.
I get In This Moment and Within Temptation mixed up.
Okay.
I get them mixed up. They're both female printed, right? Or are they not?
I don't know. What's Within Temptation? I don't know.
Within Temptation is.
I think so.
Okay. Then I'm a moron about In This Moment.
But I do know In This Moment. And they're really, really awesome. And Maria Brink is an amazing singer, and the whole band is great. And they're just
they have such a production to their shows. It's really, really cool. Like she put so much into that live show. They actually trying to think.
It's hard.
I know it is right now. I can hear my dogs barking in the other room. So not like I heard him start barking right when I was trying to remember. Yoshi that worked for, I think he still does here and there. I don't know if he's still out with Seven Dust or not. He was within this moment there for a while. And I mean, even like as security, he was dressed up, like face painted. Like I was going, man, they really go like all the way out. Like, cause you've got like, it's nothing to see the band up on stage with some kind of costume or something,
right?
To kind of, convey like the image that they're trying to put across, but to put like everybody in the crew in face paint and everything else too. I was like, I saw a picture of it. I was like, I looked at it for like 5 or 10 minutes. I was like, that dude looks like Yoshi. And somebody else was like, that is Yoshi. And I was like, what?
Yeah. I think it's really cool, man.
I think it's awesome.
They're taking people out of their normal everyday environment and kind of creating an egregore for something really cool. Like I love it when bands do that and artists do that,
Yeah, it's like you walk into one of their shows and it's like a completely different universe.
Well, it's the whole experience because obviously you go for the music, but if you can give them they say, let's give them a fucking show,
right?
Then that's really cool. There's a couple great. There's a good Canadian band called I don't know if they're active anymore, but they're called Unexpect. They're from Quebec, just like super proficient theatrical metal band. Like they'd come out and like the girl was wearing like a corset and the guys were wearing like old timey Victorian era suits, and just like one guy had like a fucking 16-string bass, like literally like 16 string. It was fucking nuts. Like the neck on it's like that.
Yeah, like who doesn't need that? He
was good. It wasn't like he was shit. He played all of them. It's like when you do play 3-4 strings. No, he fucking played every string on that fucking thing. It was nuts. But they're good.
Mason's asking if it's a big deal to play in a major American city. Acts pass through, but anybody can. It's kind of the same thing here, Mason. anybody can, I mean, anybody can play little clubs and bars and stuff like that. But if you're a national touring act, then, I mean, of course it's a big deal because it means you've made it to a different level.
Different venues, right? Yeah.
Death Wish.
I don't fucking. I don't know. I don't know, man. I fucking played a show with these guys. They're from another province. I don't know what the fuck happened. They were awesome, though. I remember that.
Yeah.
I was drunk as fuck, but they were good. I remember that.
Yeah, another really killer band is Violent Idols. They're really awesome, man.
I've heard
really cool. Like, so that's another band that does an immersive kind of thing, like there's a whole image and vibe, and the singer, he goes by the name V. Pretty cool. He's got a mask, and it's just super, super cool, man. Like, I love that kind of stuff when, the music is great, but then on top of that, if you have like performance on top of that, it makes it even cooler. It's like David Bowie, like the music's phenomenal, but on top of that, you have like the theatrics, and you're creating an image or a character and stuff like that. Right. So really cool.
It's kind of like, and I mean, I'm sure with this group of people that's probably not as popular, but the like with 21 Pilots, they have that whole backstory that has been woven through all of their albums, and they take like pieces from the videos and bring it out into the live show. Like the last tour they did, there's a video, one of their videos, there's a car that's on fire at the end of it. And the tour, like the show opens with the burning car coming up. It's the car from the video coming up through the stage, and it's on fire. And you're like, what's going on here? Yeah. And then as the show's going on, all of a sudden this giant Gothic bridge starts coming down out of the ceiling, and they climb up on it, and they're performing across that. And there's these hooded guys that are these guys in these red robes that come out, and it's all dark, and they're carrying these little lanterns, and everything is from the videos. They just take the videos and bring them out to the show. And so, I mean, that was what really, it's more of the music is more something that my kid's into. So I took him, and by the end of the show, I was like, this is really cool. Like,
was there a 16-string bass involved?
No, there wasn't. That part is disappointing.
It doesn't matter.
Missed the opportunity, man.
There was a trumpet.
God,
that's cool. Trumpets are cool.
The drummer played the trumpet. I thought that was kind of cool.
I finally just got like a 7-string, man. Like, I've been a 6-string guy my entire life, and then I was like, I guess I should probably like update my sound. Like I guess we're not in the 90s anymore, so I should probably, and I was listening to all this stuff, and I was like, dude, like everybody and their mother's just using these crazy low tunings. So I was like, all right, whatever, I'll finally do it. Yeah. I went and I bought a Schecter Hellraiser. Really, dude, it's awesome. It took me about 2 days to get used to the 7-string thing, but yeah, man, and it was kind of cool because it opened up like different songwriting stuff I would normally do. So it's pretty cool, man.
Schecter is a solid bass. I used to have one. I had a 4-string at one point in time, and I cannot even. I sold it to a buddy of mine. I was like, whatever happened to that thing? Yeah,
Schecter's cool. I like it. It's a pretty solid guitar. Normally, I'm a Fender guy. Like, I've been kind of a Fender guy my whole life. I've always, tried other types of guitars or whatever, but I always end up coming back to Fender. And right now, besides that Schecter, my main guitar is it's an Eric Johnson signature Stratocaster. If you don't know who Eric Johnson is, he's an amazing guitar player. You should check him out. He's the legend.
Fucking legend.
Now, are you planning on, now that shows are coming back and everything, are you planning on doing a little touring, or maybe doing anything locally there in Denver? Or
I don't know if I'm going to tour. At this moment, I've got a good career going and stuff, so I don't want to. I can't really take time to tour. I'd like to at some point. But playing locally or something like that would be kind of cool. When I lived in California, I was in a band called Delusia for many years. Kind of a hard rock grunge kind of band. And we used to do a lot, or I used to do a lot of like charity shows for the homeless and stuff, like where admission would be like you'd bring a blanket or a jacket. I used to do that at like pretty much around Christmas time every year.
Yep.
So I might maybe start doing something like that. And I don't think I would do the full on like hard rock thing. I'd probably just do an acoustic set or something. But I'm always open to play. You know, like I'd like to jam with other people too. You know, like I love collaborating right now. Like that's kind of where it's at for me. I'm just trying to reach out to other artists and, you know, work on some stuff and record, man. So, you know, I like just recording and putting it out, you know, like without having to tour and lose my job and apartment.
Well, and just so many people put that such a high stake on their art that, you know, it's like, why don't you just make it? Because at the end of the day, you're doing it because you love doing it anyways.
Exactly.
If you're worried about what your return is going to be for making something you created, then you're fucked.
Right.
You're going to be so disappointed. Like I've been making music for a long time too, and I'm just like, I haven't done fuck all with it.
Yeah.
It's like, wow. All I have is this music. It's like, yeah, at least I have the music.
Fuck yeah, that's kind of what it's about, man. It's like, for me, it's I can't like survive without creating. Like if I get like really crazy if I don't create, you know, and like, yeah, man, like I just want to leave some sort of legacy behind, you know, like, and I've been doing this for over 20 years now. You know what I mean? Like I've been, you know, I think I've done, you know, 5 full-length albums with Delusia. I've produced some weird hip hop stuff. I didn't rap, but I helped create it. I've, you know, I mean, done a lot of stuff. I just released like I think last year I released an album called Retrospective, and it was you know, just stuff from all the bands I've been in over the last 20 years or whatever. And I get it, man. That's what it's about, man. It's like leaving something behind, you know. That's yeah, for sure.
Because this isn't like, you know, back in like early to mid 2000s, you had like, and I have a shelf full of them, like, you know, like El Nino did like the Live from the Eye of the Storm DVD, and Seven Dust did the live DVDs. Like everybody did the live DVDs back then, but people, you don't see that anymore, mostly because it's nobody who buys DVDs. It's just like nobody's buying physical albums hardly.
Yeah,
vinyl's
totally
coming
weird.
back, but everything else has kind of dropped off. And I mean, I don't even have a DVD player. If I want to watch any of those, I have to put them in my computer and sit here.
Oh, fuck.
But it's still like, you know, it's not, you can't preserve that live show like you used to be able to. Like, yeah, people have little 1-minute videos that they post on their Snapchat for the entire show. Stop doing that.
I think, like, you know, there's a piece of the whole idea of going to the show is getting that experience. You know what I mean? It's like being present in that moment, having that experience, and then just having it in you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where like I feel like we're all part of a kind of a earlier generation, you know, where we go to a show and you didn't have a DVD of that show right after, or you could go online and just be like, where was I just 5 minutes ago? What did it what's it like? It's in your head, and like there's something kind of special about that. And I feel like it's just different now, you know what I mean? I feel like that whole experience is kind of not as important to maybe some of the, you know, I don't want to say younger kids out there, because
say it.
But
they're not watching this past their bedtime.
Yeah, it's not the same, man. Like it's just a different
really
world,
not.
Man. Yeah.
Because
And
it's you know, like I will be, you know, I loved to, if I saw something really cool happening during a show, like you know, take a picture of it, or like maybe a little 10-second video clip or something like that. I would try to always, like, you know, or if, you know, Mike says he takes pictures during one song at each show and then puts his phone away and enjoys the moment. Which is what I always like to, you know, I have my phone there if something really awesome happens.
Yeah.
But like when I saw Stone Temple Pilots in 2008, I took a shitload of pictures because Scott looked horrible at the time. And I was like, might not ever get to see this again.
Yeah.
And sure enough, I never did get to see him again. And so like when it's somebody like that, or somebody that's been around for so long, I'll probably do a little bit more as far as picture taking and stuff goes. But I like to kind of catch a couple cool moments there at the beginning and then maybe a couple cool moments at the end, or like 10 seconds of my favorite song if it's tossed in there in the middle somewhere. And outside of that, I like to just be there. And
Yeah.
Mike's right. He's like, it's insane to see a sea of cell phones at the shows.
Yeah. It's like
That's
you can't
all
like how are you
can't
guys
even watch.
Right.
Yeah, like you don't even enjoy it. Like you're just watching it through your fucking phone screen. It's like, Jesus,
Right. Yeah.
what the
Yeah,
fuck are
because
you
if you
doing?
take your eyes off of it, all of a sudden your video goes from this perfect shot of the singer to some dude over here that's falling
just
over
this
drunk,
on
and
the
you don't
fucking
even
page.
realize that you've done it. And then you look up and you're like, oh no, you're
Sure,
back
yeah.
to it. And I mean, you're looking at this tiny little picture when you could just put
Yeah.
your phone down and there's this giant person right in front of you.
I feel like there was like that's I was thinking about
I
that as
see.
you were talking about it, because like I felt like that was the moment it changed. Was like one time, like, oh, you know, when somebody comes out and does a ballad, you know, you do this.
Yeah.
Right?
That was just phones.
And then like
And
when
now
I was
everybody's
going to
like,
do that, I was like,
yeah.
oh, okay, cool. And then everybody started putting their phones out, and
Turning
I was like,
their flashlight on.
like, okay, like, and I was like, oh, that's when I'm old now. I don't know. I don't get it.
That was it.
Right.
That
You go
was
to
the
get
shift.
And it's always funny because you can tell, because everybody gets their cell phone out and turns the flashlight on, and they're doing that whole thing. And then if you look around, you'll see this one little flickering orange light,
Right.
and you're like, "Oh, there's my
Yeah,
people."
the one last
There
standing
you are.
bastion
Yes,
of what it
brother.
means to be at
Yeah.
a concert. You
That's-
know,
It's like, I see you.
they're not giving up.
That's the last time I saw that many lighters was at a fucking Tool concert.
There you go.
They
Yeah,
were sparking doobies right there.
Yeah. yeah.
It was awesome. Pitch black, and all you hear is click, 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 click. It's like,
Right.
yeah, you fucking, here we go. Let's go for it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, man, it's cool though. I mean, things are good. You know, change is constant, and we got to keep moving forward, and stay in touch with what's cool and what's technologically.
Right?
You just got a Mac for
I know.
fuck's sakes. There you go, bro.
Exactly, man.
You're
Well-
cutting edge now.
Yeah, well, I was recording a lot of stuff like on, I've been recording my whole life, I mean, I've been in studios as well and released albums professionally, but I've also done a lot of recording on my own. And I think all of the Immerser stuff except for Transmute, which is the new single, I recorded here like in a closet. So like you'll hear a difference in sound quality because I did those on a little 8-track Tascam, and then this was
Nice.
done in the studio. But that's the thing too, is like as an artist, like to stay relevant or to sound the sound quality, the songs are relevant, but it's the quality of the sound. You have to update things, and that's kind of what I'm doing right now is just talking to different people and working with people and putting the money into certain things to kind of up my game as far as sound goes. So hence the Mac and stuff like that. I don't really want to get a Mac, but it is what it is.
It's hard not to at some point, you got to kind of give in, right? Like I'm not a Mac guy, but I recorded an album with a buddy of mine on a Mac, and it was night and day. It's fucking awesome. You can't deny it. It's like, fuck, Mac is good. I'll never afford one or buy one, but God, that was nice. Yeah, thank you.
See, the only Mac I had a MacBook at one point in time, and it was only because the school that I was doing school online, and I was working on my master's, and they required that you have a Mac, but they also like included it in your like books and all that other stuff cost. So if you had like, it was, they just shipped me a Mac and it was paid for. And I was like, yes.
That's tight.
Any other way, I never would have owned one.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure like this entire desktop setup that I have probably is like a third of the cost of any sort of.
Yeah.
Why are you, my dog?
You can look at them online if you're looking for a computer on Marketplace or some shit on Facebook. It's like, like $100. Sweet.
Right.
That's all right. Fucking clunky old fuck, but what's fine as long as it works.
Who's that?
Sorry.
You don't need much gear, right?
Puppy.
Sally. There's Sally.
It's Sally. Say hi.
There it is.
No, okay. He was about to jump in my lap anyway, so I was like, I'll just go ahead and pick you up. Are you gonna? Oh, okay. Couldn't
So are you going to
possibly-
keep working with Mr. Churko?
I would love to. Yeah, I mean that's the plan. That's I would like love to continue working with him. He's extremely busy, super in demand, which is awesome, and it's really great. And but so I'm just kind of waiting in line, like.
Like,
But
get to me when you can.
yeah, and I also would like to work. I was mentioning Gemini syndrome. The drummer Brian Steele Medina is also a very talented producer, and I kind of like to work with him a little bit. And I've even, I mean, there's a lot of different people out there I'd like to collaborate with. I also, a good friend of mine is you mentioned Il Nino earlier.
Yeah.
Lions at the Gate, man, they're doing great. And
there you go.
Diego is one of my buddies, so I'd like to.
We love Diego here.
Yeah,
As
Diego,
you can see down in the corner, he's one of our sponsors.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Brand.
we're good friends, and I'd like to collaborate with him too. So we're all connected, and I'm really go for it. What?
Kyle Odell did an amazing job producing those songs.
Yeah, they sound really punchy.
It's
cool.
Man,
so
it sounds so good.
Yeah, and I just feel like there's, like I said, like, Kane and Gemini Syndrome, Violent Idols, Lines at the Gate. I could go on and on. Like, I feel like there's a resurgence of kind of people, like bands supporting each other again. Like we're starting to remember and figure out, like, oh, like it's a lot better if everybody kind of helps each other out. You know what I mean? And collaborates whereas hip hop has been doing that the whole time, man. Like like, you'll have like all these different, like so and so's on this person's album, and then this guy's producing this guy, and then you have
and with Drake rock, is everywhere.
But with rock music, you tend to have more ego, like, oh, like we're not, we can't do that, like.
You always hear like, and you don't ever hear it as publicly. Like when rappers are beefing, you hear it like very loudly. But when rock bands kind of have it going on, like you'll just be at a show and talking to somebody, and it's like, oh man, it'd be sick if you guys toured with so and so. Oh, we hate them.
Yeah.
Oh,
really?
Fuck those guys. Oh,
yeah. Oh, never mind. We don't like them. Okay.
Well, it's great. It's like exactly like you said. There's a sense of like community coming back in the music scene. Doesn't matter what level you're at or what you're, and that's awesome. Like we try to support the indies as best we can for sure, but
no, and I know we all appreciate it. I appreciate it, and I just feel like that's an important thing to think about. If you are in a band, is how can you help your neighbor? Because what happens is in turn they'll help you back. It's like this, we're all in this together kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's not. I mean, like artists don't really make. I mean, we make less now than ever.
Before. There's
like
even less money in music now.
If you have like 1 million streams on Spotify, it's like minimum wage maybe.
Yeah.
For like a month.
I think 1 million streams is like $30.
Yeah,
it's not much. It's not much.
It's crazy, man.
Well, and imagine like having to split that between 5 guys, and whoever else you have to pay with it.
Yeah, man.
And I think part of to me, it kind of seems like part of the community that's coming back is so many more people are kind of leaving labels and going more like Nonpoint started their own label,
right?
And they're doing all their stuff like completely independently, and they have management still, but they are their own label and their own. They're doing all their own stuff.
Well, it's the same with Lions at the Gate, right? They just have a manager. They don't have a label. Yeah. But you don't need a label anymore. You don't need one. If you can drum up enough support from your followers on the internet and the connections you make and things like that, you don't really need.
Yeah, and I think that's where the community is kind of making that resurgence in is all these people are like, hey, we're going to do this by ourselves instead of having a label that we have to pay all this money back to. Let's cut that part of it out at least and just go with like, we've got somebody to do our booking and we've got a manager and then let's say they're trying to, there's a lot of, we need to save money wherever we can. So let's get rid of the label first. Hey, we're doing that too. Oh, sweet. Well, let's shout you guys out. You guys shout us out. Let's all start doing this thing. That way we can get rid of them all together. And It's nice to see it too, though, because then you don't have like you're getting what they really want to make instead of that. No, this is what the label wants you to sound like thing.
Right.
Yeah.
I think
And-
art. Sorry, go ahead.
No, sorry, John, please.
No, you go.
Okay. I was gonna say I think artists like now you kind of have to be your own label. Like you have to write music, perform it, record it, promote it. Like it's crazy. Like you can't just be a songwriter anymore. You can't just play guitar and be talented. You have to be like a campaign manager, and you'd have to Instagram and Twitter and freaking
Everything.
whatever else. It's kind of annoying, man. It's fucking exhausting. Excuse my language. I don't know.
You can
No,
swear all you
we're
like.
totally
no
fine
problem.
with it.
Fucking exhausting
There
for
you
people.
go.
Like, I mean, like, and you have to remember, like, everybody on the other side of that's, watching these bands or fans of these bands, they expect that content. Like, like you really, like, I release a song. That means that I have to, like, talk about the song, like, every day, like, make new videos about the song. Like, what was it like? And how does it feel? And, like, which is cool. But it's like, dude, like, think about how much like work goes into that. Like it's like every day, you know what I mean? And you can't post the same thing twice because then you lose.
But if you don't post something,
Yeah, man. So it's
then
like
you're gone.
it's crazy. So like I mean, most artists now, like or artists like myself that are grew up playing in the '90s and then transitioned into like the 2000s and stuff. Like it's kind of a learning thing for us too, right? Like you can't just fucking rock out and be super good and just fucking play. Nobody cares, right? Like
No,
you have
It's gone
nothing.
from that.
It's not
It's
enough
gone from the
anymore.
era of I saw this local band open for so and so, and they were badass. To this I heard this guy on SoundCloud, and now he's got like 10 million listens.
And
it's like what the hell?
It's weird because like also now it's like you don't even need to be talented at all.
No.
You can be a terrible, horrible songwriter that has absolutely no talent. Your songs fucking suck, and if you have enough followers or you
into a million plays.
You just described the whole platform that is SoundCloud. Thank you.
Well, I don't know about that, but I'm just saying, like, if you know what I'm saying, it's less about the content, about the substance of it now versus how you sell it. I guess. Yeah, like it's weird, man. Like
absolutely, and and it's even like
I'm out of coffee.
If it's a catchy enough tune, people don't care what you're talking about. Which that part kind of annoys the crap out of me because I'm personally somebody like music is a very big part of my life. Like I know it is for all of us, and we grew up in that era where the songs were really talking about a lot of different things, and then it transitioned into this. Let's just sing about this burrito for a little while.
Yeah, and I hate that. I don't do well with that. I feel like there's a lot of people that are just fucking around. It's like it's like show some fucking respect to music and to the people that came before you, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
You can go out there and make some pop song about fucking whatever for the same thing for they just loop it for a minute and then you're done. Verse, chorus, you're done. And they make it sound polished and pretty and this and that, but there's no substance to it and there's no fucking talent behind it. And that pisses me off.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's always been pop, Well,
yeah, and that's the best thing about like some of these bands that are coming back or that are reforming as new bands, and you're getting that meaningful music back. And to see, and all of us are kind of coming back and we're going, oh yes, here they come again. And then we're exposing, like my kids wouldn't have any way of finding any of these people on their own. Like my oldest son, he's 18, and like I said, he's into 21 Pilots, which thankfully they have some substance to their writing otherwise. But then I turned around the other day and I got in his truck with him the last time I was up visiting him, and he was listening to like blues and jazz, and then he put on Toto, and I went, just kind of turned and looked at him. He's like, do you want to put on some of your music too? And I was like, yeah, let's do it. He was listening to it. He's like, I really like what this guy's talking about. And when he said that, I just kind of went, oh, thank God I didn't fail this child. Like, such a relief to hear him say, I like what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, I feel like
Hi,
it's
Nick.
kind of coming back, like there's always, there's always been pop music. There's always been
Yeah.
simple, kind of catchy stuff, and like shit. I would love to have a pop hit. You know what I mean? But it's
Right.
like
Yeah.
at least but the idea is that you have this hit that draws your fans in
Yeah.
to the rest of your catalog, which is more
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
and I try to I don't really write very like everything that I do tends to be pretty deep, and like there's a lot of symbolism in it and stuff like that, and it's not so it's hard to write like a simple. I can't write happy stuff, man.
Nah,
Like
I hear you. I fucking hear
try.
you.
I just can't.
Doesn't feel as
I got
good.
you. Like there's no way I can't do it. Like if you look through my notebook of lyrics, it's like,
Yeah.
God damn, like what happened to you? It's like, just leave me alone.
Just leave it, yeah.
Just let it be. Just let it go.
Yeah, but I feel like a lot of bands too are kind of musicians and artists, whatever the artist, it could be artwork or writing or whatever it is. We've always kind of been like a minority of artists have always been kind of like these sort of philosophers like throughout the ages, sort of that kind of guide or sort of a mirror for humanity. Like we hold up a mirror for what's going on in the subculture or spiritually or politically, and it's cycles, right? Like you have these like really awesome philosophers like musicians, and then it's kind of slows down and becomes just the bubblegum stuff again, and then you get it again, and then there's the bubblegum, and then so I feel like we've been in the bubblegum we've been stuck in the fucking bubblegum. Sticky shit too. But
sticky shit.
Yeah, man. Like so we've been in the bubblegum, you know what I mean? But now we're starting to kind of come out again. And I feel like bands like Gemini Syndrome and Lions at the Gate in this moment, Violent Idols, Immerser, like we have substance to what we're saying, it's so I hope it continues in that direction, and I think it will, and I'm excited about it, man.
It will. It will.
Sure. Yeah.
I believe in you. I think it's fucking awesome. I'm excited for more stuff, dude.
Yeah.
It's fucking tight.
Yeah, and it's and to your note of you hear like the philosophers and things like that. I think it's the weirdest thing when you have these guys that write that like what's the best way to put it? Like strip club rock. Like the music that's not about anything, and then you like sit down and have a conversation with them, and they're like this really deep, like they have this incredible mind, and you're like, what the hell are you writing this crap for? Then like, what the fuck is this? Like and they're going, yeah, it's to make the money so that I can write the stuff. Like you'll see them, they'll be in a band, and that's the kind of music that they'll make, and then they'll go do a little solo project that's kind of their passion thing, and then they'll come back to the band because that's where they make the money. And it sucks that it's that way, but
any band needs one or two big songs, right? Like look at a band like say like I don't like this band, but like Nickelback, like they wrote like 2 fucking catchy songs, and they made more goddamn money than anybody knows what to do with.
And
That's
then
all they
they
had to
turned
do.
around and recycled those same 3
Exactly.
chords for 18 albums.
And they kept selling them, and they kept selling
It feels
them.
like they have 18 albums. I know they don't, and it's always like some regurgitated version of the same thing, but people like it. And it's, you can't, I was on the fuck Nickelback train for so long because it was just so frustrating. But at the same time, it's like they figured it out. I've grown out of the fuck Nickelback cycle, and I'm like, you know what? I respect them for doing whatever they're doing.
Yeah. I mean, I think you have to have the stuff that's not so heavy, intellectually or philosophically, because I mean, like as a listener too, it's not like I listen to just this crazy philosophical, like thoughtful shit all day. Like, you know what I mean? Like
you need everything.
You need that.
You have to listen to everything.
Yeah, man. So you need that kind of balance of everything. But I don't, I don't know that there is any value in Nickelback, though. To be honest, I'm sorry. I just
other than dollar value. Yeah, Christian's talking about Billie Eilish. That is like she is a very.
What's up, Christian? Thanks for being here, fella.
Yeah, thank you. She
Billie
is
Eilish
very
is cool.
dark. I love her music. I think it's really cool. It's different, and yet it's still very, very catchy. People are. What you think? What?
I'm sorry. I think I'm still the only person on the planet that has not listened to one single Billie Eilish song.
Oh, you need to check it out.
I've been told that, and I've said, yeah, for sure, and then I just don't.
See, that's cool. Like me with movies. You guys are always like, watch this. Hey, watch this. And I'm like,
I don't fucking care about movies anymore, but musically, you have to do what I say.
It's kind of like if Miley Cyrus
and the Canadian
like opium addict.
Right.
If Miley Cyrus was what?
Like an on heroin. That's what I get from when I listen. Not necessarily how they look, but
that's not a selling point for me.
It's cool. Oh, to each their own, I guess.
I just sat here in my head and sang this to the tune of that. Oh, God. No.
This is how your mind is. You're Canadian.
Thanks, Mike. It's going to be in my head all night long.
The Canadian brings up Nickelback. Yeah, I did.
Hey, man, I'm part Canadian. I'm French. I'm part French Canadian on my mom's side, man.
Quebec, there you go.
It was like Normandy or something, and then
French,
then Quebec. And then down to the States or whatever.
The States.
Yeah, but man, Canada is awesome, dude. Like you got Devin Townsend, man.
Fuck yeah, buddy.
Fucking awesome. Is Bryan Adams Canadian, perchance?
Yeah, but I don't care about him.
Okay. Bryan Adams was my first concert ever.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
No, man, I was in first grade.
Nice.
And Bryan Adams, man,
I can imagine
that.
Yeah. That would have been probably pretty cool to see. He's an icon, I guess, but I don't.
Yeah, I believe Kane.
I think it's because
Canadian too.
Is he Canadian?
I believe so.
I think he is Canadian, actually.
You guys are just going to talk about all these Canadian artists.
Oh yeah, man.
Do you want to go for it, Alanis Morissette? I like her.
And you're not even going to bring up
who?
The queen of the chest pound, Celine Dion.
Oh boy.
I don't care. I don't care about Celine Dion. I like, God damn it. There's so many right now flooding through my brain. I can't fucking pick one out. Good Canadian band, underground band, Ninja Spy. Check them out.
I love them.
They're dope. They're everything in one. They're every genre of music in one band. They're fucking awesome.
It's pretty crazy.
And the live show's insane. They do live like fucking spin kicks and shit on stage. It's great.
It's that's one of those bands that like, because I am big on, I have a little bit of everything in my iTunes library. And so I'll just hit shuffle and whatever happens. And sometimes it's like all kinds of crazy metal music. And then other times it's, there will be some Billie Eilish come up and maybe some Ariana Grande. And then it goes to 80s or whatever. And then out of nowhere, like Ninja Spy will come on, and I'm like, sometimes I know it's them, and other times I'm like, who is this? And I go look, and I'm like, oh, okay, sweet.
Yeah, they're awesome.
I feel like a lot of bands are more eclectic. More inclusive, more. They pull from different genres now. It's almost like there aren't as many genres anymore because there's just, when you listen to like metal now, for example, like you've got like lung hits in there, and like it's like R&B sometimes. It's weird, man. Like like I think people are more open to that. Like, you know what I mean? You'd never have like a Pantera song with like electronic drum
with an 808.
Yeah, dude. Like, so it's a different time, but I think it's cool, man. It really is. It opens up, like you can be more creative and you can try different things. And like I said, there's less of that ego involved now. I feel like that's kind of fading away. So it's people are like, hey, man, if it makes the song that much cooler, fucking do it.
Yeah, 100%.
Why not?
There's no rules anymore, especially when you can record yourself. You don't have to worry about
Right.
labels and shit like that. Just whatever the fuck you want to do and put it out. And when you keep putting stuff out, just keep sending it to us. We'll keep playing it. Doesn't fucking matter. I'm going to send you a DM after this too to talk. You talk about collabing with people. I've got something for
Cool,
you.
dude. Awesome.
I'll do something with you.
So down. Did you guys watch the newest Nightmare on Elm Street?
No,
I
I
haven't
did
yet.
not.
Horrible.
Is it?
That came out like, I don't know, it was like 3 years ago or something. It was just fucking
Okay, yeah,
ruined,
yeah.
man. Like oh God, I'm so pissed. Like they need to do like, if they're gonna do it, they got to do it right, man. They just like ruined it. It's fucking terrible. I'm so depressed about that, man.
So depressed about it.
So I'm protesting. I've got my fucking
There you go.
the real deal.
Your fucking real deal Night Right on shirt.
Hey,
Yeah.
anybody that is listening to SLE and watching the show right now, we're playing Immerser Transmute right at this exact moment.
There you go.
I'm pulling double duty here.
You're doing double duty. That's hilarious. Radio show and talk show.
Yeah, I can do both. Totally got this. Just not talking on the radio right now.
Yeah.
That's okay.
But I got music going in my ear and I'm talking to you guys.
Why don't you tell us one more time, John? Just we'll wrap up here, and I sent you a video for Unexpected, but let us know where we can find Immerser online. If you
Okay.
got any merch and stuff like that, and then all these lovely people in the comments can go and add it, favorite it, download it, whatever you got to do.
Yeah.
Buy it.
Yeah.
Fucking buy it
Buy
on
it, yeah.
iTunes, whatever.
Or share it with your friends.
That's
you
the
know.
most important thing.
Yeah, you could just Immerser, you could type it into Google and it'll pop up. You can Instagram or Facebook and everywhere you could possibly think of. You could just search Immerser, Immerser. You can also search for me, John Logan Parsons III, and you'll find a lot of music and stuff, and
Check it
rock
out.
and roll. Yeah.
That is a lot of name. Like when you added me, I was like, he's got a very long name.
I used to, it would have been John Alexander Logan Parsons III, but I think my father was like, nah, that's too much. We got to take the Alexander off. So
My youngest has a very mouthy, like he's got 3 names and then his last name on top of that. And then his last name was almost hyphenated. And I was like, no, we're not doing all of that. Like cut it down a little bit.
right.
Make it a little easier for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could just, you could do like JLP3. That works.
There you go.
Whatever.
That's good. Whatever works. Well, yeah, man, it's been a pleasure, dude. And we're big fans for sure. Like I said, if anything, keep us in the loop with what you got going on. We'll have you back and whatever.
Absolutely.
You're awesome
Thank you
to
so
talk to,
much.
dude.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
having me on. This is really cool. It's kind of a neat format to just kind of talk, like not always about music, but just, talk and kind of talk to you guys. And, I had a really fun time. And I'm glad that everything worked out in the beginning there. I'm glad I got the Macintosh going. 'Cause
Fuck,
Yeah,
that Mac
you're
was
running
sweet.
You're running super smooth now.
now, fuck yeah, dude. It's like high def. Like
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
you can see if
Picture
you look,
looks great. Everything sounds
look
good.
in the back, very back on that table, but right about where my finger is.
Mm-hmm.
That's my Gemini syndrome hat right there.
There you go. You can see it. Yeah.
High def, man.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, dude. Immerser,
absolutely.
fucking transmute. Fuck
Check
yeah.
it out, guys. Thank all you
And
guys for joining us.
definitely,
We missed you.
Stay in touch with us whenever you
Yep.
got stuff that you want to come and talk about. We are always here and you are always welcome.
Well,
Hell
thank
yeah.
you very much.
Hell yeah. Stay safe,
All right.
y'all.
All right, so
We'll
I
see you
should
guys later.
try to turn this off now if I can.
Good luck.
Just
Let's see
click
if we
that
can
back on now.
little red X at the bottom and you got
All right.
it. Bye, guys.
Take